All right, guys, let's talk about a quick mix tip that involves atmospheric sounds. All right, guys, so this is something that I like to do with things that are considered a little more atmospheric. So things like, Hammond organs or like strings or ensemble tracks or like orchestra backgrounds. Basically, instruments that are kind of there to kind of do more of a long sustaining type of thing and be more of an atmospheric type of instrument. And so this mix tip is actually one on a list that I recently released to my Patreon patrons. So if you want to become a Patreon patron and support my channel more directly, it is patreon.com/CatoNoise. And my patrons do have access to a whole mixing checklist. And this is just one of the many items that are on that list. So please feel free to check that out if you're interested. So basically the thing that I like to do is add some kind of stereo widening effect to this type of instrument. So I'll show you what I have here. I'm just going to take off, I have this soloed, so you're not going to hear the rest of the song. I don't want to mess anything up by releasing anything. This was actually for a client, so I'm just going to play like a tiny part of just these two instruments. So we have an ensemble and strings. So I'm going to solo each of them so you can hear, and then we will hear how I changed them. So basically this is the strings. Cool. So I will now play the ensemble. Cool. So let's hear both of those together. Cool. So what I did here is I added EQ. So pretty basic EQ here. These are really here to fill these upper frequencies. So I kind of just did a high pass filter, and then this is kind of to sculpt out some more space for the vocals and a couple other things there. And then I kind of boosted these highs. So it's a pretty basic EQ. I think I did the same. Yeah, I did the same thing on the strings. And then what I have here is the stereo widener. So let's hear this with the EQ. And I realized I had this on. Oh, it's automated. So that's going on and off. Let me see if I can actually. Okay, so before we get too distracted here. So what I did is I added a stereo widener on here. So this one is from, I don't remember who this is from. Let's see. Kilohertz. This was, where did I get this? It might have been one of the ones that like Pro Tools is offering to people as like a bonus content that you can download. I think it might have been from there. I don't know, maybe editing me can put something up on the screen so we can see where I got it. But it's just called stereo. It's super simple. I think I pretty much cranked it up in terms of width. But let's just hear the effect this has on these guys here. Cool. So then I added the BX Solo, which has, I use this sometimes to listen in mono, but you can also add a little bit of stereo widening using this plugin. And I actually sometimes throw this on the master fader as well with like the most subtle widening that you can do. But let's hear that difference. Okay, and then I added, let's see, Little Altar Boy. So I think I added these guys, and then I decided for whatever reason to take it off of the ensemble, I believe it was. So I will play that for you. Let's see, let me just bypass, well, I'll keep these bypass so you can hear the little altar boy. So let me just make it so that you can hear the little altar boy. Let's just hear the ensemble here. Ooh, my computer's struggling. That's what it is. So my computer's kind of struggling, but you can hear the difference with and without the little altar boy. Let's hear the strings with and without. Oops, I have it muted again because I am slow. So you hear how much bigger it makes it sound and makes it feel. And then you can add something like the micro shift here. So little altar boy, micro shift. So you hear how it really brings it out and around you. That's kind of the whole idea behind adding these stereo wideners to these instruments, right? And of course you want to then listen and make sure it sounds good within the context of the song with the other instruments. So I think that's part of why I took the micro shift off of this ensemble. But basically that's the idea here. You know, we want to thicken it up, make it sound like it's surrounding you a little bit more, make it a little bit more of an experience for the song, right? So that's just a little thing that I like to do personally. It's kind of, I think it's a creative decision. So, you know, please don't hate on me for doing this if you don't like this technique. It's all, you know, we think of audio as a technical job, which it is, but we do have a lot of creative license to do and try these different techniques. So I hope you guys like this and let me know what you think. If you like this technique, if you think it sounds cool, if you think I could have done it a different way, please let me know. You know, I'm always learning and growing too. So yeah. That's it. The idea of adding stereo wideners to atmospheric types of instruments within your session, within your song. And, you know, not all of these plugins are technically stereo wideners, but, you know, we have BX Solo, which this is a stereo widener right here. We have the stereo plugin, obviously. And then we can do things that are akin to stereo widening or that are stereo widening sometimes with different types of plugins. So that's just something to keep in mind. So yeah, I hope someone finds this helpful and likes this video. So, you know, as always, let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And, you know, if you do want to check out that entire mixing checklist that's available to my Patreon patrons, you can become a patron and support my channel more directly at patreon.com/CatoNoise. And I really, really, really do appreciate you guys, those of you that are on Patreon. You really keep this channel going. So thank you so much. And I think that's it. I come out with new videos every Wednesday, and thank you for watching. Okay. Fun fact, my freckles are real. I don't know. Some people seem to think that they're not real. I've had people ask me. I have like a square of freckles on my cheek. Those are real. They're real. I don't draw freckles on my cheek every time I get out of bed or whatever. Yeah, so that's my little random information that no one needed to know for the week. And it's really hot up here, so I'm going to run away.